Hi, welcome you all. This video is going to be how to make adorable miniature size mushroom crystal gardens for your planters, your fairy gardens. I love that I've used seashells as the little base for this one, and I'm going to show you how I did it today. I made them in a big batch. I had like 6 of these larger shells. And I noticed that my bonsai plant that I'm growing is doing really well, and I put a piece of fluorite and a piece of amethyst just setting on top of the soil, and it's outside here in Louisiana. We've got a lot of humidity and heat, but I really believe in the crystals sending the plant good energy as well. And I talk to my plants, and I wanted to be able to create something that you know, infused the crystal healing as well as, my, I don't know, I just really like tiny things. And I've been playing a lot with clay. I use air dry clay. You could also use, the clay that you bake, polymer clay. Yeah. But for right now, I've been making all of my little fairy houses out of air dry clay. So that's what I have. And so, yeah, I'm going to go through and show you what I use. So that way, you can make some on your own. They're really fun. And, I love using crystals. So you'll see that the entire shell is lined with crystals all the way around and even inside. Okay. And everything is permanently sealed, and I'll show you what I used on that too. And the bottom is actually nail polish and then a top coat sealer top of that too. So you can use it outside, you can use it inside. Okay, I'm going to put one on my altar too, so it's just adorable. Okay, so, and you can make them in all sizes if you didn't have shells this big. Oh, you can make it in a bigger one too if you wanted, like in an abalone shell. But I had been gifted this size shell, so I made them out of those. But I also have shells like this size for my smaller plants that I'm going to make even tinier gardens. Okay, so start with clean shells. Okay, any kind of shape like this. And then you're going to take like a disposable bowl, okay, and fill it halfway with water. Okay, just plain water. And then you're going to take nail polish. Needs to be fresh nail polish, not old nail polish. It needs to be runny, okay? And then I did it kind of like a pour painting. I would open, these are the colors that I used in my last batch of shells. So some glitter there in the mix too. And I would just pour it in on top of the water and swirl it around and make cool designs. Add a couple different colors, okay? And then you just take the shell and you dip it in the water and then set it upright to dry. Okay, it's so easy. The nail polish just adheres right to the shell. Okay, and you get all kinds of cool designs. So use any colors you would like. Sometimes they come out like that. Okay, and too, like sometimes it didn't stick. So here's a tip. I let it dry and then I did it again. So you could double dip them. Double dip them. Okay, this one I really loved. It was just all this beautiful deep grape wine color. Yeah. So that's the first step. Let those dry. And then I started using, I have all of these little, at my local little witchy shop here, I found all these little bags of crystals. Okay, so they're very tiny chunks of the gemstones. I used amazonite. Okay, it even tells me what signs they're good for, what chakras, what healing properties. Okay, I used obsidian snowflake and howlite and carnelian. And I think I also have some pyrite mixed in there, which was really tiny, tiny small flakes. So what I did was I took this is where you really want to use, you don't want to use hot glue because hot glue will be able to peel off easily. Okay, you want to use E6000 glue, okay, and just put a good layer of that all around the edge or in anywhere that you want the crystals to adhere, and then sprinkle the crystals on it. You could even take it upside down and dip it in to the crystals you had like on a flat piece of paper. Okay, or wax paper, okay? So yeah, then you want to kind of go through and press them in to that glue, okay? And it takes a couple hours for them to set there. So let them set. And then I went back through with some effect kind of acrylic. This one here is called Dragonfly Glaze, okay? So it gives a little shimmery kind of effect that you'll see like on the edges of this over the top of the crystals. It gives this really cool shimmery effect in the sun. I have another one here called Holographic Illusions. So it's like a purpley, yeah. So it really makes them bling. And I do that on the edges all around. Once it's dry, once that glue's dry, and then I put my little accents there. And then the mushrooms. The mushrooms I made out of, I have a bunch of them made here. A bunch of them, see? Okay. Because I make these little fairy houses, fairy gardens and stuff. So I've got a bunch of them made, but I just make them out of DOS clay, air dry clay. Okay. It takes just very little bit of clay to manipulate. I kind of roll the clay like this, and then I kind of with my finger just shape this top part. These are painted with acrylic paints, and then I put a sealer over the top of it, and that is this gloss coat that I found at Hobby Lobby. Okay, like an enamel gloss coat. And that gloss coat is all completely over everything inside here, and including the back so that it is protected. The mushrooms are secured down with the E6000 glue, and then I got moss at local like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, like bags full of like variegated moss. Okay, and did my magic as far as, and that was hot glued in all of the little mossy kind of grassy pieces, and voila, you're done, darlings. I also was able to find little accent pieces like the egg, but you could even make the miniature egg out of clay, and the little bird could be made out of clay, but these were just little accessory pieces I found at Hobby Lobby. And sometimes I even added in like a bigger gemstone. Anytime a bigger gemstone's in there too, I do it with the E6000. And so they just set really cute in your garden, in your planters, okay? And that's why I want to make littler ones too, because I have littler pots that I want to put them into. And then also I've got this great idea. I've been making these like crystal pedestals out of the clay, all right? I've got my pendulum sitting on one of them here on my altar. But I made a bunch of these last night too. See, here it's what it looks like after the air dry clay dries. And I've sanded them smooth too, okay? These are going to be pedestals because I thought it would be really cute to attach this with E6000 glue, make a little like bird bath kind of thing for your fairy garden, and you can stick this bottom part into the soil a little bit so it kind of stands up. It's so cute. So very cute, like this one too. Yeah, they're gonna set so nicely, like on these little cute. I'm gonna make these look like probably like cement or stone. But yeah, lots of cool ideas. I love playing with crystals, and get your creative on with your shells. Make little gardens. Okay, I do sell mine. I've got all kinds of beautiful ones available. Message me if you're interested, and I could tell you what crystals too I used on each one of them, because each one's different. But its energies will bring, I don't know, it's kind of like an offering for the fairy too. Seriously, you want to connect, here we go, babies. Okay, great gift idea, especially for the plant lovers in your life. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this. If you have any more questions, if I missed anything, let me know. But like if you're needing a cool gift like that's Fairylicious, come check out my shop, Mad Mystic Plunder, and all of these are available for 13. 13's my lucky number. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.